and a second Avicii begins to climb out of the husk of the first one. The second Avicii lowers his collar, and then the first Avicii that's very damaged turns into vapor, and the second Avicii begins to inhale him, breathing him in until he's gone. The second Avicii rolls his head. Okay. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. He disperses again into vapor and rushes at you and Jeff as a just sweeping cloud along the ground. He goes in to attack you, Nia, again. His force breaks right through your helmet. Like the gas begins to fill the interior. I'll say your helmet gave you about a +1 to protect you from this happening, but it's not enough. He has you in his grip right now, and you've taken 4 physical stress. Now you have gasping as a mild consequence, and you are currently tagged.
She's just gasping and trying to hold on to Jeff.
Jeff, seeing this, is going to turn and do a quick roundhouse kick to Avicii's head, which is still solid. And he invokes his King of the Moon as he does this. He's kind of mimicking the kick that you did before, maybe because of Big Time. And he just says, hands off, as he roundhouse kicks Avicii right in his fucking noggin, making that an 8. Let's see if he can beat it. He cannot. Avicii is kicked very hard in the head, once again being struck in a place that is maybe a weak spot for him. Tagging him, it causes it to break that chokehold on you, Nia, and this gives you an opportunity to make an attack.
Can I keep Jeff's momentum going and just swing him around to hit his foot into Avicii again?
You want to swing Jeff to kick again?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a power roll, create an advantage. He is like currently stunned from the kick. Okay, you pass it. You're out of fate points now. You swing Jeff like a good dance partner on the ice. Jeff manages to swing around just as Avicii is about to retaliate with a strike of his own. We'll see if he can land it. Jeff will have a +2 on this. Jeff is going to use his last fate point to +2 that with his aspect Chosen One to land this kick, at least to meet the disintegrate of Avicii, enough that he is able to knock away Avicii's hand and then tag him on the way down, just in case contact counts as a tag, allowing him to remain tagged and you guys to remain alive at this point. So it's now Jeff's turn, and he is going to boogie on the fuck out away from Avicii. And then after he does that, he's going to play Qualia back. He's going to play back the music that Lewis gave him. It's like this weird, disruptive, high-pitched chant. And, it plays loudly over Big Time's SFX speakers, which is 2 audio guys with giant speakers. Avicii begins to quake and quiver and convulse as this music kind of goes right through him. He hates it, giving you a +2, Nia, to your next move, whatever you want to do. This is creating an advantage.
Just full on clash him. Can I just try to get away then?
Yeah, absolutely. You can actually move and create an advantage depending on what your speed roll is. So you can add another advantage to him, basically. It's currently disrupted by the sound.
I rolled speed on Big Time to try to air push myself away, but I only got a 2.
So yeah, you've moved that far away, sort of closer to Jeff.
If I start to spin, can I create a whirlwind to kind of push him away?
I'll tell you what, I would recommend spinning like a pirouette, like a ballet dancer on your way out.
Yeah, that's what I...
Yeah. So you can do it like a tornado. You can just tornado spin out and fuck up Avicii as he's trying to reform himself, causing more of his vapor to disperse. Okay, this adds another disadvantage to him. He is now dispersed and dragged.
He's enjoying the music so much.
Yeah, it's kind of a plus, but you can invoke both things on the next roll if you want. Avicii just tries to pull himself back together, but he decides to just rush towards you. He only needs one part of his body to be solid anyway, so he's just going to go for it. Move in on you. Yeah. So with an 8, his next attack when he moves in has a +2 to it. You're going to need to roll against a 7, but you do have 2 +2 invokes that you can put on that. You just see this cloud of Avicii rushing towards you. Just a hand, no face this time. It's a hand on the front of a black cloud coming towards you.
I'll spin to a stop to kind of burst air away, and then use that advantage. Or no, I don't even have to. I'll use one of them just to hit harder.
You manage to spin out and clear him out before he can lay a single finger on you. You're able to disperse him away. Jeff, seeing this, that you've done this, goes for the coup de grace here and goes for a quick strike. Oh boy, that's a bad roll. Jeffy, he has no more fate points. We'll see what happens here. Oof. Actually, no, he's able to make that because if he can invoke the +2. So he manages not to get fucked up by Avicii when he goes in for the strike. He doesn't get any damage off, but he does manage to, well, I guess, avoid getting disintegrated pretty much. So when that last hit happens, Nia, you have one last action that you can do.
She would just attempt to kick him in the face.
Avicii invokes his own fate point here.
Oh.
He invokes this. He catches your kick by the ankle. You can feel the force of his fingers right through the armor plating of your boots, right down to the bone.
Ow.
He is holding it and gripping your ankle tightly, crushing the materials, and it would only take the slightest amount of force and pressure to completely shatter your entire ankle, just like it's nothing. And just before he does, and you can feel his fingers making direct contact with your skin, his touch is hot and burning almost. It's almost like you can smell the sizzle of your skin under his fingertips. And then an alarm goes off inside of the chamber.
Mia tries to pull her entire foot out of the boot and run away, even after the buzzer.
Avicii, still holding the boot, kind of smiles. Well, let's see what the results say. He looks up at a large screen, drops down from the ceiling, just very slowly wheels its way down. And then a face appears on it, kind of simplistic green face. Jeff and Nia win. You're welcome. And then the face screen slowly starts to go back up to the ceiling.
We did it, Jeff!
Marisol's got both her hands over her mouth. And then when she sees that they won, she just starts freaking out at the top.
Jim clapped.
Yeah, you guys did it!
Very good.
Good job.
You guys did it. Now here's your reward. Avicii looks at Nia, just over at her where she is, holds up one hand, and you watch as gas pressure builds up inside of his sleeve and then fires out the fist. The fist fires out with a trail of vapor right towards you, Nia. And before it makes contact, Jeff Lynn jumps into the path of the fist, taking the full brunt of the blow, enough so that it actually pierces right through his back with its fingers extended. Jeff kind of stands there for a moment with his hand sticking out of his chest. Then he looks down at it. Then he looks up and says, see what I mean? It's lame. And then he falls over.
Mia tries to catch him, and the room might get darker. Avicii, this might snap her. Avicii might disappear.
Avicii disperses the vapor hand that he had just made and reforms another one out of his sleeve. Oh my, someone has stolen the gift that I intended for you. What a shame.
What?
I was going to give you the sweet release of death, but it seems that Jeff Lynn was greedy and wanted to steal it. Oh, humans just can't be trusted after all. Good game.
Marisol, she's trying to climb it, wondering if she can survive the drop.
Lewis actually holds you back.
Yeah, Simone's also kind of helping Lewis.
This is bullshit.
Listen, he's, of course, this was always going to happen. What do you expect from people who claim to hate humans, not be a part of them, and then do this?
What is this accepting of this? She pulls out a knife charged with Ripple.
Lewis is definitely going to try to hold you back from doing that.
She just drops it.
Let it go.
Just let it go. There's nothing we can do.
No, that's not why. Jeff slowly begins to stand up from the ground. He casually wipes away the blood from his chest. Didn't feel a thing.
Yes, you're alive!
Of course I am.
Mia just breaks down crying.
Avicii raises an eyebrow. Interesting. Well, we have some time before the next game. I hope the rest of you are just as good as these competitors. Avicii just smiles and begins to disperse into vapor, which fades away into the vaporous clouds. that fill the arena, gone in a puff of smoke. Oh, you look pretty good out there, Nia.
Oh, does it hurt? Are you hurt? How hurt are you?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine.
Mia just picks him right up.
There is definitely a big gaping hole in his chest.
Mia picks him up and floats him up toward Marisol.
Marisol immediately meets them as soon as she can.
You can spend your time to mend Jeff's wound. That hit should have been fatal. It really, really should have been. It didn't get his heart, but it definitely punched a big hole right through him. Whether it's because he is actually superhuman or because this is just JoJo, he is alive for now. But he is, even if you fix it with Ripple, very, very wounded. He will be out for a considerable amount of time. But with that having been done and said, the bracelets on his arm and on your arm, Nia, break and shatter. You now have Big Time back, and he has Mr. Blue Sky back.
Okay, well, that'll keep Avicii from being murdered. Well, maybe not.
And Jeff has the severe consequence perforated because he had a hole punched right the fuck through him. As you're healing him up, though, Lewis will say to you, there's a reason. I told you not to go down there.
Other than the job, why not?
It's just who Jeff is. I saw him take quite a bit of damage. He just stands up, keeps going. He's done it a million times.
Jesus, he looked pretty dead to me.
Yeah. Technically, he's probably been dead a lot, but a guy like that, he's just, I don't know. If there's something worth protecting, he'll just get up anyway. I don't even bother trying to figure it out. I just go with it, which is possibly true. You can roll Ripple, I guess, to see how good of a job. Like maybe you'll crit roll it or whatever. With the one, you can stop him from bleeding.
He's so fucked up.
Yeah, he's not coughing up blood anymore.
That's good. Would biology help at all?
Sure, go ahead and roll it, I guess. That would be your science, I think.
I believe.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Yeah, you do about the same amount of work. Although, as a scientist, now that you're this close to a pretty wounded member of the ELO, you can see that his general anatomy, just judging by the wound, is pristine and extremely healthy. Like, you've never seen someone quite this healthy before. I know he's fucked up right now, but the quality of his actual, like, muscle fiber is stupendous. So you got that going for you.
This is how fucked up he is. Like, we can't even, like, do too much.
He was really fucked up. That hand that went through him, it wasn't just like being hit with a shell. Avicii has like long ass fingernails and shit. It just really did a lot of damage. Probably corkscrewed on the way through it too. It's a lot of fucking meat getting shredded there inside poor Jeffy. But he's alive for now. And you guys have won the first of the 4 games that you have participated in.
Bittersweet.
Are the other starmen there in the viewing booth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim will turn to them and say, what is the point of this contest if your leader won't honor a victory? I thought you had honor.
Stone Sour, the one that you've been fighting the most, just kind of like turns to you casually. I think in a way it's like the way humans treat livestock, giving them the illusion that this will be not their death, that this will be fine, that there won't be anything that will disrupt their travel, leading them all the way to the slaughterhouse. I suspect that is what Avicii feels like right now. He just wants to kill all of you and give you the false hope that you won't die. This isn't how we all conduct ourselves, but we cannot argue with Avicii.
Marisol exhales. Well, let's hope none of us die while we're here.
No, that's the point. He's gonna kill us off whether we win or not.
Well, we can resist it, right?
Gonna disappear him, like, if I could still disappear people.
Stone Sour actually kind of looks down at his feet for a moment. I swear to you, although I know the words of the Starmen are probably not worth much, we won't rely on such things. Avicii is consumed by his hatred, but we don't want that. If we're to win, we want it to be honorable and respectable, not like this.